Hi everyone, this is Bella from Unlock Your Design. Let us take a look at the current astro weather starting on February 28th. We have the 37 in the sun right now, and that is the mother archetype. Here you have the visual representation from the 64 doors. The mother archetype is in transit from February 24th to March 1st. In human design, this is the gate of friendship. In the I Ching, we call this hexagram the family. In the gene keys, the frequency band goes from the shadow of weakness to the city of tenderness, and the pathway is equality. In the I Ching, we find the 37 in the part of the wheel where we have the fire trigram on the bottom. On the top, we have the gentle wind. When we look at gene key 30, it's made up of fire over fire. When we look at gene key 57, it's made up of wind over wind. So we can say that the 37 is a combination of the 57 and the 30. In the shadow frequency, weakness is the unease of desire. In the gift frequency, equality is intuitive lightness. In the acidic frequency, tenderness is clarity of rapture. Astrology, we are in Pisces. Pisces is the healer, the bodhisattva, the mystic, and the poet. Service to spirit as compassionate healer and mystic merger. The element is mutable water. Pisces is the water we're made of. The mystery connects us to one heart, the waters through which we merge. We are in the last sign of the zodiac. It's also connected to the 12th house, and the ruler is Neptune. The 37 is part of the quarter of initiation, where the purpose is fulfilled through mind. All those hexagrams have yang on the bottom and then yin. That's the binary for this part of the wheel. In the human design bodygraph, the 37 lives in the solar plexus center. This is both a motor and an awareness center. It has to do with relating and emotional competency. The shadow frequency is defense, the gift frequency is fruitfulness, and the acidic frequency is fusion. In human design, like we said before, this is the gate of friendship. Looking at the whole channel, the 37 is connecting to the 40 in the ego center. This is the channel of community, a design of a part seeking a whole. This is a projected channel. The purpose of your life is to find where you belong in the grand scheme of things and then live that out. Instead of trying to find it, wait until communities of people invite you in. The keywords for the father is service, balance, relaxation. The keywords for the mother, family, caring, and warmth. When we look at the whole channel, we have a frequency band, the shadow of bargaining, which comes from exhaustion and weakness. The gift of community, which comes from resolve and equality. The city of synthesis, which comes from divine will and from tenderness. The programming partner is the same as the harmonic gate. We have the 37 in Pisces and the 40 in Virgo. We also have mirror opposites in terms of the hexagram. Anywhere where the 37 has a full line, the 40 is going to have a broken line. If you have the 37 in your activation sequence or your cross, you're also going to have the 40. Or if you have the 37 in your nodes, you're also going to have the 40. Here we see how weakness and exhaustion go hand in hand, equality and resolve go hand in hand, tenderness and divine will go hand in hand. We're looking at tribal circuitry and the ego circuit. And here the main keynote is support. Here we have the astrological chart for February 28th. You see three powerful conjunctions. We have Mercury and Saturn in gate 30. We have Venus, Jupiter, and Chiron in gate 21. And then we have the Moon and Mars in gate 45. That means that we have a channel activated between the 21 and the 45, and that is what we call the money line. The money line is a design of the materialist. It's a manifested channel because we have the motor connecting to the throat. The theme here, the material plane needs to be embraced fully. You're here to make money through the power of goodwill. The frequency band for the whole channel is The shadow of ownership, which comes from the shadow of dominance and the shadow of control. The gift frequency sustenance, which comes from the gift frequencies of synergy and authority. And then the highest frequency, the acidic frequency, is philanthropy, which comes from the combination of valor and communion. That's the theme and the definition in the Bodygraph that's created now, as we have those 5 activations in the 45 and the 21. Both Jupiter and Venus are considered benefic planets. Venus is the planet of love, beauty, values, and money. Jupiter is the planet of expansion. When they meet, we say it's a lucky day. And the fact that they are here with Chiron, the wounded healer, it means that we have the possibility to grow beyond, expand beyond the shadow frequencies of Jinki 21, which has to do with the need of controlling from a place of fear and contraction. Instead, we're ready to move into true authority, which is the gift frequency of the 21. We have 2 activation of 45 that have to do with drive, the moon being emotional drive and our needs, and Mars more being that drive to act in the world. When they are together, there can be this fusion between emotions and action. So our passion can be enhanced and we are able to move forward. Here in the 45, that's the gate of the king or the queen, and to gather people around us and also to be able to allocate our resources in a way that makes sense, not only for ourselves, but also for our family, for our tribe. Then we have Mercury and Saturn in gate 30, which is the gate of desire. With all this energy activated, it's important to keep in mind the long-term perspective, to not be too optimistic or too impulsive, but actually be responsible when it comes to what is the next step. With the North Node in Taurus, the next steps have to do with simplification, coming back to the things that are important to us, that have value for us, knowing our priorities, nurturing our body, creating a foundation that's stable and safe, and then gradually build from there. Gate 27 is the gate of the nourisher, which is also connected to the mother. Both are themes of nurturing and taking care of our body, and also caring about the people that are important to us. In the Jinki profile, the main archetype is the mother, 37. We have the father archetype, 40. The rhythmic archetype, 5. The heroine archetype, 35. In human design, we call this the left angle cross of migration. Gate 37, friendship. Gate 40, aloneness. Gate 5, fixed rhythms. Gate 35, change. Your energy is to seek a break from the existing communities and groups that are built. By living in a community, one makes bargains and sacrifices in order to please everyone, such as taxes paid so schools can be built. At some point, the community realizes that it can't please everyone. Your energy is here to be the voice to identify that the compromises have gone too far and that we need to move on and begin to build again. Your voice contributes to the community building process. We have a 5-1 day, a day of leadership and speaking our truth. We're going to be helped of the definition in the Bodygraph. We have 2 black channels, the 4521 and the 4037. This is an emotional ego manifestor. It's going to speak and manifest without asking for permission. So a lot of that energy forward. At the same time, important to be grounded in our physicality with the first line radiance and purpose, to have both feet on the ground, which we also saw over the North Node in Taurus. Also important to not be stuck in expectations, especially not expectations with others, because this energy is impacting everyone. So other people are also going to have the energy of stepping up and manifesting from their truth and uniqueness. We have the 45 in both Mars activations, both in the EQ and the core wound of dominance and repression. This means that things need to come up to the surface. Opportunity to work with our primary wounds, themes that you have in your own core, in your own Chiron, and your own Pluto might come up to allow you to express more of your truth and also create synergy with other people. We have the 6 line SQ, which says with everything that's moving, we may need some time, some space. We need to have patience so that we can integrate everything that's moving right now. The main guideline with the pearl in the 21, the Jupiter activation, is to listen to that inner authority. And the 3rd line is the line of change. So with everything that's going on, the only thing that's really sure is that things are going to change. The 3rd line knows how to celebrate in the dynamism. Sometimes we're going to cry. Sometimes we're going to laugh. Sometimes it's going to be a mess. Sometimes it's going to be a lot of fun. But in that messiness of life, in the change of things, the 3rd line knows how to navigate, how to move, how to learn. It's definitely a day where the energies can help us to shed our old skin and that we can birth new parts of us. It's a day that would take courage, but also has a lot of inherent luck that we can tap into. So trust yourself, trust that synergy is possible, and don't forget to ground yourself whenever it feels too intense. I also want to remind you that you can still apply for Sovereign, our mastermind. This is an upgrade of our Business by Design program. It's 6 intensive modules, 5 weeks each, where we're weaving human design, gene keys, and astrology through 20 particular planetary and astrological activations that you have in your birth chart. So it's specific and unique to you. You work with your own activations. It makes a lot of sense to be part of the whole program where you get the business alchemy part, the first 3, and then the business impact part. Thank you for listening, and I will be back here soon.